Hello everyone, welcome back to the second part of the chapter, The Little Girl. Let us continue the chapter. Paragraph number 8. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. When the father had beaten her on her palms with the ruler, the girl was crying a lot. So after an hour, grandmother wrapped her, means lapet liya, dadi ne, in a shawl. Grandmother wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair. Grandmother was sitting in the rocking chair, the easy chair. So she wrapped her daughter, she wrapped her, uh, she wrapped this little girl, Kezia, and she clung to her grandmother, to the soft body of the grandmother. मतलब केजिया ने अपने दादी जी को कस के पकड़ ली and she was crying. And then she asked a question to her grandmother, and that is, what did God make fathers for? She so means while crying, she asked a question to her grandmother, as to why God has made fathers. For Kezia, her father was a very strict man. So she understood that every father on this earth is the same like her father. हर एक पिताजी ये अर्थ पे सेम होते हैं, डांटने वाले, मारने वाले, गुस्सा करने वाले. She never knew that there are some fathers who are very friendly, who are very good, not like her father. Here is a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to the father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. Grandmother gave handkerchief to little Kezia and said, clean your nose and then go to sleep. When you get up in the morning, you will forget everything. And grandmother also told little girl that grandmother tried to explain her father, but father was very upset, so he could not listen. He did not listen to his mother because father was very upset because Kezia tore his papers, important documents. But for this little girl, it says that but the child never forgot. Next time she saw him quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. From next time onwards, whenever Kezia used to see her father, she used to quickly put both her hands behind her back and her cheeks used to become red. मतलब उसको पिताजी का डर लगने लगा. जब पिताजी सामने आते थे तब तक वो अपना हाथ पीछे कर लेती थी और उसका कलर, चेहरे का जो कलर था वो रेड हो जाता था. Then one day she observed her neighbors. How was the life of neighbors? Who were these neighbors? And how was the father of this family who were living in the neighborhood? When McDonald's lived next door, they had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence of the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. One day, Kezia was standing in the garden, and through the fence matlab, through the compound, you can see the picture here. This is called as fence. Fence matlab like a border, compound, and through this fence there is a hole. So through this hole, Kezia was peeping to the next house, and she saw that the McDonald's was there with his 5 children, and they were playing the game tag. Tag means catching one another. Children who catch one in this game. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Now, the girl, Kezia, when she saw McDonald's, she was very much fascinated. She was very much surprised to see how this father is. This father was playing with his children. It says that the father with the baby Mao on his shoulder. So on the shoulder, little baby was there, Mao. 2 little girls were hanging on to his coat pockets and they were running round and round the flower beds. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. And then Casey also saw the boys turning hose on him means touching him, and then he also tried to catch them, laughing all the time. Kezia was very much surprised to see this kind of fathers are also there in this on this earth. All the fathers are not same like her father. Then it was decided there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly one day, mother became ill and she had grandmother went hospital. Then Kezia decided that all the fathers on this earth are not same. And one day suddenly what happened? Kezia's mother became ill, and so grandmother took her to the hospital. Little girl was alone in the house along with the cook Alice. That was all right in that daytime. Daytime everything was right. But when Alice was putting her head to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. But when she was about to sleep, she used to get fear. Why? What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me in her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispering. So as she was going to sleep, who? Alice. Sorry, as the little girl, Kezia was going to sleep, she was not able to get sleep. Why? Because she had a fear. What fear she had? She told Alice, her cook, that whenever she tries to sleep in the night time, whenever she sleeps, she often get nightmare. Nightmare means bad dreams. And whenever she visualizes this dream, she gets afraid. And then her grandmother comes and takes her into her bed because she can't stay in the dark. She's afraid of dark. But today grandmother is not at home. She is with her mother in the hospital. So the cook, Alice, she advised her, let us see. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Alice said, advised her remove by removing her socks and told her, don't scream, don't shout, sleep quietly, don't wake up your father. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. And that same night when she slept, she saw the same dream. The dream was, in her dream, she used to see one butcher. Butcher means the one who sells meat, chicken, right? The one who slaughters animal for selling. In Hindi we say kasai. So in her dream she used to see the butcher having knife in one hand and a rope in another hand. So in one hand there was a knife, another hand there was a rope. And this butcher used to come nearer and nearer to her, having smile on his face. And she was not able to move. She was standing still at that place. Means she used to see the dream that the butcher is coming near her, but she is not able to run. Her legs are fixed. And so she starts crying, Grandma, Grandma. And in the dream, when she started shouting, Grandma, Grandma, she just woke up. And when she woke up, she found that her father was standing beside her bed. And in his hand, there was a candle. So father asked her a question. What is the matter? पिताजी ने पूछा क्या हुआ क्यों चिल्ला रही हो and the little girl said oh a butcher a knife I want granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bed. Girl said butcher a knife I want grandmother. पिताजी ने कुछ नहीं बोला. पिताजी what did the father do? He just blew out the candle. मतलब पिताजी ने वो मोमबत्ती जो थी उसको फूंक मार के बुझा दिया. He bent down, नीचे झुके और अपनी बेटी को अपने हाथ में उठाया. He caught up the child in his arm. बेटी को उठाया उसके बेड से and he took her along the passage into his big bedroom. और अपनी बेटी को अपने रूम में लेकर गए. क्योंकि उन्होंने देखा बेटी को अंधेरे में यहाँ पे अकेले में डर लग रहा है. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. When they went inside the bedroom, there was a newspaper on the bed. Father removed the paper from the bed and he put the child on the bed properly, carefully. Bedsheet was not there. He tucked up the bedsheet. Tucked, you can see the word here, tucked up. Tucked means covered up nicely in bed. Okay. He lay down beside her. Father also slept with her, beside her. Half asleep still with the vulture smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arms, held tightly to his shirt. When father slept beside her, father was already in a deep sleep. Means within few time, father went into a sleep, but the little girl was not able to sleep. She was visualizing the butcher's smile. But again, she crept close to her father. पिताजी के और नजदीक जाके पिताजी को पकड़ के वो सो गई क्योंकि डर लग रहा था. वो चेहरा बच्चर का चेहरा सामने आ रहा था. She snuggled her head. Snuggled means moved into a warm, comfortable position. मतलब she put her head under father's arm. पिताजी के arms के अंदर उसने अपना सिर रखकर वहां पे सो गई. पिताजी के शर्ट को एकदम कस के पकड़ लिया उसने क्योंकि डर लग रहा था. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. And when she slept with her father very closely, very dearly, today, she felt the love of her father. Father is not shouting at her now. Father is not looking at her angrily. Father is in a sleep. Father is in a deep sleep. And so she held her father's shirt very tightly and she slept by snuggling her head into her father's arms. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Father told her. When father understood that the girl is a little bit scared, so he told his daughter to rub her feet against his legs, so he will feel little warm. Now again father slept. Why? Tired out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. Father slept, and the girl was still alive. Girl was still wake up. She was woke up. But a funny feeling came in her about her father. It was, she now believed that her father is a very hardworking man. He is not so big, but he has a lot of responsibilities. He has to look after himself, he has to look after his family, he has to look after his office, work, house, everything. So the girl says that there is no one to look after her father. Her father has to look after everyone, but there is no one to look after her father. He was harder than grandmother, but it was nice hardness. Now, when girl is to sleep along with her grandmother's body was very soft because she was an old-aged woman. But as now she is sleeping with her father's body is very hard, he says. Means father's muscles, he was a very strong man. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. Girl now confesses that her father has to work hard every day. And because of working hard in the daytime, he is now tired. That's why he has to work hard in the daytime and he's very tired now to be a McDonald. Means as her father works very hard, he gets very tired. And that is why he is not able to become like Mr. McDonald. Means he is not able to spend time with his daughter like Mr. McDonald. So maybe Mr. McDonald would not be working so hard. That is what the girl thinks. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stared suddenly inside. Now the girl realized her mistake that she had torn up. उन्होंने अपने पिताजी के कुछ पेपर थे, writings थी, वो फाड़ दी. She suddenly stirred. She just moved, shook her body. Father understood that the girl is not slept. Father was in a sleep, but again, when the girl stirred her body, when the girl shook her body, father got up and father asked her a question. What is the matter? What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? क्या हुआ? क्या और एक सपना आ रहा है? ऐसा पिताजी ने पूछा. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Girl said to her father that her head is on his heart. Means Kezia's head is on father's heart, on the chest. She can hear her father's heartbeat as they are going. And finally the girl says to her father that, father, you have got a very big heart. Means, father, you are a very great person. Dear father. So today, This little girl understood why her father used to have very rough behavior, why her father used to have very angry behavior, why her father used to have the mood of angriness with her, why the father used to shout at her, because father was working hard, father used to get tired, and that is why he was not able to become mr he was not able to become like Mr. McDonald. But still, from inside, from heart, father had a lot of love for his daughter. Today the daughter understood how much love her father does to her. And then, from this day onward, the girl started loving her father. The girl started liking her father, and the fear, what she had in her heart and mind, was gone away. The fear of the father was gone. And from today onwards, from this day onwards, she started liking her father. Thank you.